So what's the #1 killer from the bunker? And why are so many golfers afraid? Why do you top the ball out like a rocket or take too much sand? Why do you have no distance control? Why are you constantly fighting to keep the club face open? So what's the secret? I mean, what is it? What is it you don't know? Now I'm going to tell you now, but this is absolutely massive. Your ball flight will change, your contact through the sand will change, the amount of spin will change, your distance control will change. You know, it's a real game changer. So if you're struggling from the sand, do you know it's not that difficult? You can thank me later.
No! No!
Now the classic way to play a bunker shot is to open your stance and aim left, ball position forward inside of your left heel, open your club face, put your weight on your left leg, swing left and fight to keep the club face open. And I know what you're going to say. Yeah, there are tour players out there that do it this way, but they spend hours, days, weeks and years fine-tuning and perfecting their hands so they can pull this one off consistently. And you probably haven't. And that's exactly it. That's the problem, a fight to keep the club face open when you swing left. That's the challenge, to swing left, to cut across the ball whilst holding the club face open. When your swing path is left, then your club face just wants to shut and close down, taking the bounce off the shot and dig deep. Now I know it can be quite complicated. Is it a wide stance, a narrow stance? Is your weight left? Is your weight right? Ball position right, or is it left? Open stance, square stance, wrists or no wrists. Turn your right hand under your left to open the club face. I mean, that'll sort it. And the bounce. I mean, we've all heard the bounce being knocked around, but what is it? It's the bulge at the bottom of the club. It's actually a built-in safety mechanism that doesn't dig and glides through the sand. If you manage to keep the club face open, that is. Now most golfers spend hours getting fitted for a new driver and spend about half a minute to choose a wedge. Now that's completely the wrong way around. But you make more money on drivers. Did I really just say that? Oh, that's a bit cheeky for all you club fitters out there. Wait, stop it. No, if you buy a new driver through the new technology, you won't slice it anymore. You hit it dead straight and long. I mean, you won't even need a wedge. You might need a driver and a putter, or even just a driver. Does that make it better? Now if you swing left, then for most golfers it's a struggle to keep the club face open at the same time, which takes the bounce off the shot and the leading edge digs into the sand, and more often than not you don't get the ball out, or it comes out like a rocket. Now I'm going to show you a much easier way to keep the club face open and expose the bounce through impact. I mean, it'll change the way you play bunker shots forever. Good lad. Now this is as difficult as it gets. Now if you just stand up now with the club in your hand and you swing left and try and hold the club face open, pointing up to the sky, even with no ball or sand, it's a fight to keep that face open and stop it from turning over and shutting down. Now swing right and do the same thing and hold the club face open. Now there's no comparison, it's much easier, isn't it? It's more natural. The bounce is exposed under the club head, ready to glide through the sand. And I know, I'm waiting for it. I know you're going to ask, how much sand should I take? And you want it in centimetres, don't you? Now the bounce is the bulge underneath the lowest point of the club head. It'll hit the sand before the leading edge or the blade gets anywhere near the ball. It does the job for you. Now if you want the honest answer, it's practice, practice, practice. It's the only way to judge how far behind the ball you enter the sand, how much sand you take, how you see the shot and how you want to play the shot. Now if you take more sand, the ball will run out. If you take less sand, then you'll get those spinny ones. So for many of you, you're going to have the feeling as though you're playing a draw shot. You're swinging over to the right side with an open club face. So how's that going to work? It's simple. You aim left of the target, so open as we call it, so no difference there. But instead of swinging left, swing over to the right at the target or to the target and keep the club face open through the shot. Now many golfers tell me that they're just too wristy in the bunker and that's why it doesn't work. And that's why they top the ball or hit too much sand. But from my experience, it's the exact opposite. Most golfers don't use their wrists enough. So from a bunker you need speed and that comes from the wrists. Actively using your wrists opens the club face, which helps to expose the bounce and adds loft to the shot. Now you'll see tour players doing this. Yes, that's right, to exaggerate the feeling of the club head passing the hands through impact. This adds loft and, believe it or not, adds bounce to the shot, activating and actually making your safety mechanism bigger. More bounce means safer and more consistent bunker shots. Now most amateur golfers avoid this at all costs because they think they're going to knife it and the ball's going to come out like a rocket. So they hold onto the handle for dear life, leading with their hands and arms, taking the bounce off the shot, and the blade is just going to dig from there. So get your wrists working freely and try to at least to get the club head back to the same position as at address through the hitting area. And I recommend actually trying to pass the hands with the club head through impact. Now this is where grip pressure is absolutely massive. It's vital. You grip too tightly and your wrists are not going to work. Soft hands and relaxed arms are so important here. Now as far as your setup goes, shuffle your feet into the sand to get a good grip and lower the base of your swing arc, which helps you to take the sand first before the ball. Aim left, open in relation to the target, open the club face aiming at the target or slightly to the right of it, and then take your grip. Now don't just turn the hands to open the club face, because your hands and arms will probably want to try and find a natural position through impact, which closes the club face, takes loft off it and reduces the amount of bounce. Scary. Now widen your stance at least outside the shoulder width, which shallows the swing path and helps the club head to glide through the sand, rather than use a narrow stance, steepening the swing path, encouraging the blade to dig. Now position the ball inside of your left heel, which helps you to take the sand before the ball and adds loft to the shot. Now rhythm is absolutely massive in a bunker, and decelerating in a bunker is deadly. The great Gary Player would say it's like striking or lighting a match. You don't do it slowly, you need speed. And that thought alone helps massively with rhythm and timing from the sand. Now relax your hands and arms and get your wrists working. Aim left and swing over to the right to the target and try to hold the club face up, pointing to the sky. Now check the direction of the divots in the sand. Many golfers struggle like mad to swing over to the right. Now do some practice swings, and checking the alignment of the divots in the sand helps massively, giving you instant feedback. You've got no excuses. Now swing direction, allow the club head to work back behind you into a flatter position in your backswing, and then swing over to the right and react out towards the target. I mean, it'll happen anyway because the target is over there to the right. Now, distance control comes with practice, but gripping the club shorter for shorter shots and longer for longer shots really helps to dial in your distance control. You're not a machine, and I'm afraid there's no exact recipe for judging distance. I mean, it's all about feeling. Now, another great way to help with distance control is to try to throw the sand with the ball out to the target. So for shorter shots, throw the sand out to the target, and for longer shots, do the same, and you'll feel how your downswing and follow through extends out for more distance. Now, if you swing left, the club face just wants to close. But if you swing over to the right side, the club face will happily stay open. So aim left, swing right, out towards the target. So the next time somebody tells you to aim left and swing left and fight to keep the club face open, I mean, it might work. I mean, the choice is yours. You're the boss. But I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do that. Just say thanks a lot and just move on, you know. So next time you stand in a bunker, you're going to feel like the man or woman, or should a woman come first? The woman or man of steel. Yeah, forget the woman and the man thing. You're going to feel like steel. You know, not cold. You're going to feel, you know, you're going to be good. John, I'm sorry, it's not really cool, is it, this Superman thingamajig? I mean, my kids love it. They love the, you know, thingy and everything. Oh, beep, there, hello, taxi. Oh. Anyway, Super Daddy. Yeah, good shot. Yeah, good shot. Yeah, good shot. Good lad.
One look, the heat is rising. I've been cold for so long. One touch and we're igniting, setting fire to it all.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Ah.